Hey traders and investors, it's Serge Berger here. Today we're going to have a look at Facebook again. I haven't looked at Facebook in quite some time in these daily videos, but Facebook has actually been moving very constructively. So for a little bit of background, basically Facebook got punished quite severely here in the spring, along with the rest of some of the higher beta chasing names that did very well in 2013. But really, it has caught itself very well, and in late April put in a low that looks to have been bought very well. If we zoom in a little bit closer, and again, this is the importance of the multi time frame analysis that I always repeat to my clients. If you only look at one time frame, if you only look say on a daily 2-week chart or something, you're probably missing like 90% of the picture. So please do yourself a favor and have a look at charts in a multi time frame point of view. So again, here what we're going to look at within these near-term time frames is the candlesticks within the greater formation, which so far here looks like a pretty good formation. You see long rejection of the lows here on the 15th of April, again on the 28th of April, and then you had a series of bullish follow-through candles, all of which basically bumped the stock into this sort of multi-month resistance now, somewhere near the let's call it $64, $64 range. Over the past say week plus, the stock is actually coiled up below this resistance area in a pretty tight manner, and if we zoom in even closer, you can see this a little bit better. And this so far is constructive. Okay, the great thing is, while there's no immediate trade here to do right this very second, a break above 64, certainly on a daily closing basis, could probably get the stock back to 68. At the same time, a break below about 62, which would break below this little tight consolidation area and below the 100-day, probably gets the stock back to 60, maybe back to 58. So you have very defined risk here, both on the long and the short side. That's exactly the kind of stuff we want to see. So Facebook, all else being equal, looks pretty good on the long side, but it does have to close above 64, at least say for an hour or so, preferably on a daily closing basis. Hope this makes sense. As always, if you got any questions, you can hit me up on Twitter. My Twitter handle is SteadyTrader. See you in the next video, and take care.